So আমরা কি officially শুরু করতে পারি?
I think we're officially running the first podcast, right?
We're not.
We're not. Audio হয় না এখনো।
Right. Audio recording? হ্যাঁ, audio is recording. Audio is recording perfectly, I hope. I hope কোনো ear rape হতেছে না এখানে।
We're live. Folks, we
not
are
live.
live.
It's being recorded, man.
We're
not-
recording.
Yeah, it's not.
So it's the
literally,
whole technical thing.
Right.
We're live, right? This is REFRSH's first official podcast, episode 0, and we're not
Now, we
naming
should
it.
tell them why we're naming it episode 0, right?
Right,
So it's
right. It's episode 0 because today we're gonna talk anything, everything,
not
everywhere,
about
anywhere.
anything, everything.
About
We are an English agency. We should
Right.
English speaking agency. So we
Yeah,
should
of
try to
course.
like practice good English.
Yeah,
Right?
why are you giving me stress for that? I'm a good
What
English
stress?
speaker. I'm
Stress
English
only.
good speaker, right? I can talk English.
Right.
I'm English profound.
Anyways.
I have IELTS 5.0 out of 10.
Right. Anyways, this is episode 0 of the context, right? That's what we're naming it. We've been
Right.
teasing it for a while now, but here we are finally.
Here we are.
In our studio. We finally figured out the walls.
Finally
soundproof
figured out
walls.
the walls.
And we are gonna make this very unhinged. We took that decision, right? We figured that the first episode should be about us,
Right.
about how we got refreshed to where it is today. So the first episode, and we are gonna essentially go over everything that we suffered, the two of us.
Right, right.
Suffering is a strong word, but trust me,
Right,
that's exactly
Right.
Sabir, shout
Shout
out
out to
shout out to Sabir.
Right,
Check out the
right.
caption.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, go on.
Right. So how did we all start? How did we all begin? How did you decided that refresh is gonna be refresh, or you're gonna take along another few idiots along your side?
Idiots is a far reach. It was an idiot, one idiot, and it was you. It was him sitting in front of me. That was him. There was only one idiot that was involved in it. So you know what? We should begin how we both first met. I think that's like nobody cares about it. This is episode 0. We get to talk about anything.
Yeah, it's us.
Right.
Ah,
Where did it begin? You
You
know,
know,
talk about a couple of friends, like, throw a
of
couple of
course,
shade.
of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, right.
If we are talking about how you and I met, we have to talk about them. Right. So my whole journey started from, I would say, ACE. I have to mention ACE if I'm starting my journey from A to Z. So alongside my friend, I started playing for ACE,
Right.
Alchemist Esports. Now it's not really the top tier phase for gaming right now, but it was once back in 2020, 21, 22, 23, up to 24, somewhat League, stuff like that. League.
So you played in you didn't play in League, right? You played in Valorant.
I didn't play in League. I played Valorant.
Yeah.
Right. So from there, I actually met another friend. Then he was actually my birthday twin. So that's how we got close and together and everything. And yes, then I met this guy right here, right here. This idiot.
Sure.
So
Jeez.
honestly, we never had the whole idea that we're gonna be friends. I never thought that you're gonna be my friend. I'll be very honest about it. Right.
Right.
But turns out you became one of my very valuable person in my life. So first it started off from Rongdhonu, Mirpur Pallavi,
Right.
Baro Pallavi Rongdhonu. So it was the night. At that time, metro was still there, but I didn't take metro because of financial stuff like that. I didn't really buy into the idea that I should get a metro card for my late night travels. So I was waiting for the bus, the usual travel routes. And out of nowhere, this guy decided to drop me off at that day. And I said, sure, why not? Tag along, buddy. It's better to have someone than no one, right?
Right.
We talked a lot.
Yeah.
And thank God that the bus did not come at the usual time.
Yeah,
Usually
it was a couple of minutes late. I remember being with you, and I was like, no, from my side, it was like I needed to drop you off, right?
Right.
I needed to drop you off. It was like, damn, 7 feet tall guy, right? Maybe will help me get some
Not 7.
street rep, right? 7 feet 8, by the way. That's how tall he is. Other inches are like hidden. Anyways, like, so I figured like, you know, he could help me score some street rep, right? That's what I figured. But what I found out is like, there's more to him than I initially thought, right? There's a lot more to him than what I figured. But anyways, like, yeah, go on. I interrupted.
So I never really opened up in a way that I opened up to him. I opened up about my financial stuff. I opened up in a way that I was tired of not working, of not having money in my bank, or not even having a bank account in the first place. Then I was tired of taking travel fares from my mom, pocket monies from mom. It was very stressful. As a guy, it's a very stressful thing because you're asking your mom, can I have something? Right.
Right,
I have
of
to
course,
go
yeah.
meet my friends. Because at that time we used to meet a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't show up because of course you had work to
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
which I didn't understand at the first.
Yeah.
I used to meet my friends 2 times a week maybe 2 times a week. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and at this time I used to hear about you guys having hangouts and
right,
everything,
right,
right?
right.
So I always knew that you were one of the people in the friend group, right? I knew about that, but I never like
same here.
I never like joined the hangouts as much. Like everybody who knows me will know that I didn't show up, right, at all. I was a ghost most of the time. But yeah, I think like the fact that I didn't show up, like he was like one of the few people that I could like really relate to in terms of that, right? He also like nowadays you also don't show up sometimes,
Right.
So but anyways,
don't.
yeah, I'm off tracking again.
No, it's fine. So I said stuff, my family stuff. You also opened up about your stuff and how we both related that we both had that moment.
Yeah.
That enough having nights where you don't have any money in your pocket, enough having nights of doubts whether you'll make it or not. Heck, we didn't even know what we were doing, right? We
Right.
still ended up doing something. At the time, I was working for DDS.
Yeah.
My previous work. I was working as an intern, of course. Yeah, if you know the whole intern exploitation
Yeah,
of Bangladesh.
maneuver.
I wasn't getting exploited. Hopefully Adibai sees this and he knows whom I'm talking to. I didn't get exploited. Honestly,
course.
I never got exploited. In fact, I was favored. I had 0 degrees. I had 0 experience. I had no portfolio. Heck, I didn't even know what a portfolio meant.
Right. What did you think it meant?
Something.
Right.
Not something.
What
but
is something?
Exactly. I don't know what it was. You know what? It's very crazy that I didn't even know what a resume was. Yes, I was under the rock. And when people say that I was under the rock, I was really under the rock. I don't know what was going on. All I knew was memes. All I knew was trendy TikToks. But yes, I'll come back to the part where how I got my first job, but I'll circle back to where we're having the conversation. And at the time I was working, and I was also saying that how it was very stressful, 5K a month plus all the stressful works I was going
And
through.
also you were going like there every day, right? Like traveling from
Every day, right.
Motijil to Karan Bazar, yeah.
Motijil,
Sorry, Mahakali.
Mohali. So he was also saying that I should join the online hustle theme, right?
Right. And just to be clear, I wasn't scamming you, right? Just to be clear, I
No,
wasn't
I
I
wasn't
was like,
getting
hey
scammed.
bro, you should join a new circle that no, it
No,
was
no,
not,
there was no cult
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
guys. No,
right,
there was
right.
no cult. I did reject it at the time. Not rejected. I said like I'll think about it, but I'm really loving what I'm doing at the work.
Yeah.
Of course, I was loving it. I had my own projects. I was handling their YouTube, their Facebook, Instagram, everything. Honestly, I was doing those. I was having fun. I was enjoying. I was doing new stuff. I was learning, trying that out, and my boss was really accepting towards those ideas. That was the reason why I actually said no. That yes, I will. I like it. I'll come back to it, but not now. But then again, he didn't stop there. He did the same thing. He ignored it. Then I had to step back and actually think that this guy is sort of right. He's saying something that is right, that might be good for the future. And I did say yes, sure. You can give me a link. You gave a link. I will try to give a screenshot to our editor. He can present that first screenshot we had of the link. It was a very huge link. I still have that in my WhatsApp, and that link led to a course. And we had a deal that every day I'll complete the course. It was an Upwork course.
Yeah, it was it was an Upwork, yeah.
Right,
How to
right.
succeed on Upwork, right.
Right. Which I did not complete.
Yeah, of
I
course.
didn't.
Yeah.
Apparently, he didn't also.
Like I completed it. I actually did. Like, but it didn't work out for me. Yeah, I did complete it.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't complete it. So.
Right. Yeah, because he's shit at English. Yeah.
So from that small text, and it led to more other stuff. There was a gap of months, right?
Yeah, around 2-3 months. Yeah.
2-3 months.
And our friend had an accident.
Had a very severe accident. Honestly, that was unexpected. Very unexpected.
Definitely.
That incident actually opened up to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
For me, it opened up to new friend, a new life, a new beginning, and a new workplace, and everything. All this is right now. We got close in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Yeah, I think before we go to the hospital, I think I should say my perspective of the
Of course.
When I began things, it was in 2019. I'm not gonna say my entire story because I've said that multiple times now. From my perspective, I was wondered if I could earn money online.
Wait, hold on.
Right?
Let me stop you there.
Right.
Why should you not say your whole story? It's episode 0.
All right. You know what? We can say anything we want.
Of course.
Right?
It's our background right now. It's our
Right.
Play-Doh.
So 2019, right? That was I think the year when I figured out what I wanted with my life was something entirely different than other people, right? So I had a Kindle. I posted about it on LinkedIn as well. I had a Kindle.
Check
And
it
that check it out. Yeah, my LinkedIn. What's my handle? We can put it here. So when I began with the idea of earning money, right? I always figured that you have to do a 9 to 5 because I had seen like most of the people in my family actually do make serious money just by working 9 to 5s, right? But for me, I didn't think that was a life for me at all. So I was one day like going through Kindle, like those of you that use Kindle Paperwhite, you'll know that there's basically like a experimental browser that you can use.
Right.
It's not like a Google Chrome or anything, right? It's like an
Gee.
experimental browser. You go in there,
Right.
and you get to see like the loading screen for 3-4 seconds, right? Before you see,
Crazy.
yeah, like imagine watching on that, but
Oh, whoa.
I did not. I did not.
Whoa.
Just so you know. Anyways, so you would go in there and like you would like see the web pages like after 2-3 seconds, right? So one day just going through there, I found this like article about this guy from Chuadanga of all places.
Wow.
Shout out to my
Chuadanga.
homies in Chuadanga if you're
Chuadanga.
watching it. Chuadangas, Dangayas. I don't know what's the demonym for that. So one of the guys were like making some serious cash online, and I know it wasn't something like they were like day trading or something, right? It was like just making money while writing stuff, and that got me thinking. I'm good at writing. I've always been good at writing, so I figured why not just make a career out of that, right?
Just so you know, a Kindle doesn't even have a single hertz value. That's what Google is saying.
Yeah, it's like they
Does
do
not
not
have-
have a like refresh rate, so it's like yeah, because it's like electronic ink, right? You don't have that normally. So, anyways, like I saw that article and it changed me as a person, right? I was like, damn, this guy from Chodang is making like 500,000 taka per month, like 5 lakh taka per month. So why
Wow.
not? Why can't I do the same?
That's
right?
$5,000.
Right, but the only difference between me and that guy was like he was 30 years old and I was 15 or 16, right? So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll prove everybody wrong, right? Back then, it was tough. No AI, no writing, like no
course.
writing tools like like Toolbot or like other paraphrasing tools, right? All I had was my brain and my writing capabilities, and that's how I got started, right? And I remember the first time, like, I took a chance in my life. Like, one of the biggest chances I took was when I went to Facebook, joined one of those groups that you see for, like, Upwork market communities, right? And I came across my future employer, Miss Ria Bidani. Shout out to her. She gave me a chance, just like Adib Bhai gave you a chance,
Right,
right? From
right,
DDS,
right.
she gave me a chance. It was a Canadian agency for real estate agents, and I got paid like 45 Canadian dollars from that.
Wow.
And it was like everything for me. But I was thinking in terms of like, damn, 45 Canadian dollars. How many chips or Coca-Cola bottles will I be able to afford with that, right? That was
How
my
many
sense
treats
of
we can get?
yeah, that was my sense of finances. It meant counting my life in terms of how many chips or snacks I could afford, right?
Worse.
So
worse.
right, so like 5,000 taka. That's like what 10,000 lace chips. I don't know, like something like that. So I got started with that, and things just went up from there, right? So I became so absorbed in like online work, right, and remote work, and the pandemic. Like for a lot of people, it was very unfortunate, but for me, it meant like there were more opportunities for remote hiring. That's how I got into it in the first place.
Yeah,
right?
I was hearing from my friends that
Yeah.
the same group that used to work online and used to get so many money. You were rich,
Right.
the rich bro in the group.
I wasn't.
Apparently, right? I was hearing about that, how everything turned out good for you in the quarantine and how you were earning.
Right.
while
I got lucky. To be really honest, like the quarantine hit, and a lot of people were finally like changing their mentality about hiring remotely, right? So it
Right,
really helped
right.
me out. After this, I got lucky in a lot of ways, and I'm thankful to God for that, obviously. So yeah, I after I got the gig, it turned full time, and I was making like some serious cash per month. I'll not disclose the amount, but it was enough for me to like just spend money behind myself, invest in my own lessons and courses and stuff that I took, and put that into my family as well. So when I got to a point where I was able to like finally afford things for myself and for
Financially
my
free.
family, yeah, right, financially free. When I became that, that's the time when I met him, right? That was the time when I met you. Like, so
Right,
we
right.
both were like kind of getting into the world
Right,
out there,
right.
right?
We were-
And I think both of us needed to cross each other's paths in
Honestly,
order to become better.
in my perspective, you were here.
Yeah.
Exactly, you were here. I wasn't even in the scale. I thought myself as I was negative in the below scale, and shit, this guy's making so many money. I always see you as the guy I'm chasing. Still, I like chasing you. You're that nice rival. Honestly,
Yeah.
I know, like if you watched Naruto, like Naruto and Sasuke, like for
But, yeah.
for the ones who did, it's
Yeah.
like is my Naruto. And if I'm giving a Bleach reference, Ichigo. You know, like you were always the star when I met you. You know what attracted me the most? Because you were doing Arca, right?
Arca. Oh, right.
Remember?
That was 2024, yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I worked with Dakpion, right? That was
Exactly.
with Zakwan and Rawan, right? Amazing people, by the way. They're doing amazing things.
Right,
like
right.
they're like just breaking the glass
They're
ceiling,
out
right?
there, right.
I was working with them and I got the chance to like edit videos as well. But yeah, go on.
So honestly, that whole not staying in one place really attracted me as a person. Honestly, how I saw you, that shit, this guy's doing so much stuff. I don't want his money. Man, screw his money, dog. I want what he's doing. I want to be on that stage. I want to be on that backstage. I want to do that stuff. I want to edit. I want to meet so many people. I want to be in front of so many people. Like,
You
it
want that
attracted me.
exposure, like you want to get out there.
That
and-
attracted
yeah.
me, honestly, and I was very clear about it, that I don't care about your money. I don't want your money. I want what you're doing. I want what's in your head.
Right.
I said that, and that actually acted as a attraction,
Right.
the magnetic attraction, the
Right.
negative positive.
And it's like when you know that somebody is like meant for you as someone who's gonna like support you in every step of the way in your
Right,
life,
right.
right? You don't need to like make excuses for that person, right?
Right.
So, for example, with you, what I had, right? To other people, like I have disappeared a lot in my life. Trust me, I've disappeared like into nothingness. And I've done that with a lot of people, and I'm sorry for that. But what I cannot be sorry about is like I wasn't like wasting time, right? I was actually chasing my own satisfaction,
Right,
and it led me to good things, right? So I don't mean any harm for people that I didn't talk to or like respond to, right? And I did that with you as well, right?
Of course.
Multiple times. But this guy has been with me through everything, and he knows me like nobody else, right? He knows me in the way that when I do disappear, it's for a reason. Like we're founders, right? We both know like the value of our time, right?
Exactly.
And who we're giving it to.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we both know like what we're building in life, and we both know what we're chasing in life. It's very unfair, unfortunately, to the people who don't like understand it. But at the same time, it's also like justified for me because I live life on my own terms. You live life on your own terms. Like if you have a problem, maximum I can do is listen to you, right? I cannot
Exactly.
come in and solve it for you.
You don't
Right?
have to be always the empathizer. Like,
Right,
empathizer
exactly.
like
Empathize
that.
is a good word. Yeah, like I cannot be that person who's gonna like come in and like just solve it for you. Right?
Not
It's
really.
gotta be you.
So you're not wearing my
right.
shoes. I'm not wearing your shoes.
Exactly. So you were that like person for me. So even though you saw me at that level, right? Like at first you were not there, right, at all. But when you came up, like then I finally realized like how precious of a person you were ultimately, right? That's one of the reasons why we both decided to start Refresh because we had that compatibility, right? That's how we began Refresh. Like the compatibility we both had. It's like when you have that cohesion between two founders, right? As we go on and bring in more people into our show, right? We're gonna be
course.
able to like get deeper into the founder's mindset, right? What
course,
exactly
of
that
course.
is. But the greatest lesson that I learned, right, was that you gotta have cohesion with your co-founder, right? Ultimately, you have to
Of
have
course,
that
of course.
understanding. Because like if things go missing, things you don't understand each other, right? If you're only there for the money and nothing else, no understanding or mutual like thoughts, right? It's not gonna work out. That being said, you shouldn't start business with your friends. More on that later. But me and Manto, right? We were, you know what? We didn't even introduce ourselves.
Oh, we did it. Hey, this is Manta, this is Rafid.
This is Rafid. It's me. It's me,
Right.
Rafid, Sad Rafid Kabir.
I mean-
This is Shemanto Di Costa. We call him Manto.
Lovingly.
Right? Anyways,
Shemanto Wilfred de Costa. That's my full name.
Right.
Did you know that I had Wilfred in my name?
yeah, I did. In fact.
I did.
Right. Cool.
In fact, your full name, I got to know it in a surprisingly short ways. Like first, obviously,
All right. Yeah.
obviously, you were called J.O.B., right? The famous name given by our few friends. J.O.B.
They used to call me Job, basically.
Right.
Like, I was called Job for some reason. Like, well, not for some reason. Like, I used to
do
work a
job,
job,
so that's
and
why.
I got shit for that. Why? Like, why would I get shat on for that before working a job? Jesus.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So you were J.O.B. I was like,
Like, who's Job?
who's that? Who's that guy?
Right.
I've been hearing about you for what, 3 or 4, 5 times. Like,
Right.
oh, there's this guy who does this job and he makes a lot of money. He's rich. He has everything. Quarantine gave him everything. He was there. I was like, whoa.
No, look, I appreciate.
Whoa, who is this Microsoft owner guy?
I appreciate somebody being my ambassador. Very well
Brand
done. It's
ambassador.
good, brand ambassador. But honestly, like I really appreciate it. But just don't like skew your perception of me, right? I'm not
Right.
Like, don't.
It actually hampered how I perceived you actually.
Yeah. Right.
So because at that time, how I actually perceived people who made money, they were what? Honestly, daddy's money,
Yeah.
Or-
What do you call it? Generational wealth. Yeah.
right? Generational wealth,
Right.
or you were cocky, or you didn't care I existed, stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? But turned out to be wrong,
Yeah.
obviously. But then again, your name was Rafid. I was like, whoa, another name unlocked. Whoa.
Yeah, it was same for me. Like I still like think your name was Manto, right?
Right.
All the time. We still
Right.
call him Manto all the time. I figured that your name was Manto. Like there was nothing else. And I was
Right.
like, what is up? Like, why's your name Manto? I got found out. And then I found out your name was Shimanto. And and people just call you Manto. And even now, like everybody in my family, like everybody knows that
Everyone,
it's
everyone
Manto.
calls Manto, by the
like,
way.
just go Manto, it's
Uncle,
Manto.
auntie, everyone. Manto.
But just for the record, it's Shimanto.
It's Shimanto,
We didn't
right.
call him that. It's Manto.
So your name, Rafid,
Yeah.
then Kabir. Allah, Rafid Kabir. Then who's Syed? Oh, you have a
That's
Syed
me
in your
too.
name?
I'm both. Yeah.
Crazy. Syed Rafid Kabir. I was like, so do you have any other names or like this is it? Do you have any other names?
No, I do have one name. I'm not gonna reveal that in like not gonna reveal my nickname in front of like live audience. So how the name Refresh came into existence,
Refresh.
right? Our name is spelled in a very weird way. It's like REFR SH.
SH.
So the name Refresh, right? So I started honestly like way before Refresh was Refresh. Like first of all, Refresh is a copywriting, like ghostwriting agency,
Same
right?
for us.
LinkedIn.
Like you
Yeah.
started off as a freelancer. I
Right.
went for a full-time
Right.
job as an intern.
Refresh was supposed to be called Refresh, the full form, right? And I had a friend. I still have a friend. His name is Tashvin, right? And he was maybe he's gonna be the guest of our next podcast.
Maybe, of course.
Keep an eye out. So he's gonna be like he basically started off something called like revamp. That was gonna be the plan,
Right,
but
right,
he went
right.
his own ways. He started his own agency, and I went into my own ways, right? So it was like revamp and refresh, right? And then I pitched the idea to you, obviously. Who else
Right.
would I do it to? And he misspelled the. You wanna talk about that? Yeah.
You want me to talk about my own
Yeah,
grave?
I do. I
wanna
want
dig
you.
my own grave.
Yeah,
maybe?
right, yeah, precisely.
So apparently, I'm pretty good at English. Trust me on that.
Of course, everybody knows that. Everybody who knows you knows that.
I make certain mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Hey, not all mistakes are bad, right? Listen, guys, it's really important. Make mistakes. I'm being really
Yeah,
serious.
and I agree with that. Make mistakes.
Make mistakes. Be proud about your mistakes. I'm not saying you to jump off a cliff and make a mistake like that. Come on, that's BS. Right? Hey, if you're approaching for a girl, just approach. Don't fear of stuttering. Don't fear of looking like a simp or whatever.
Nobody's about to take romantic advice from you. Trust me. Nobody's about to do that. Trust me on this.
So the name, right?
Right.
So I actually misspelled it. I was like REFRSH, refresh. Why not go with that? And they were like, you mean REFRESH? I'm like, no. I was like, at this point, I made the mistake. Might as well go along with it. So yeah, you see refresh nowadays with my own mistake.
And now it's like everywhere. Like everybody,
everywhere.
like there's a funny story behind it. Like I went to the bank to open a business account, right? And I was telling them, this is how you pronounce it. I wrote the name down, right? It's like REFRSH, right? That's our name. I told them multiple times. When the final document for the bank approval came up, they misspelled it, right? I don't blame them. because
They
they're
did
like
correctly, but
yeah, they're like literate people, right? Unlike you, so they know how to spell things. So I don't blame them at all. EBL, very good bank, by the way.
of course.
Anyways, like that's how the name Refresh came into existence, and this is where we are right now. That's our. I don't think you can see the logos and you know what? Zera can put a
Right.
like, yeah, like a logo.
Maybe.
I wanna talk a bit about Zera, right?
Of course.
So Zera is our video editor in the behind the scenes. He's like, let's go Zera. Zera actually works for Hafsan the Choto Bhai, right? Video editor, amazing guy.
Amazing.
So learned a lot of video stuff from him as well. Glad to have him on board with us as well. So moving on, the logo is right here, and the story behind this is very simple. It's R, but I actually used to work for this company called Brandmaster Academy, right? It's like a very big deal, Australia. We'll come to that very soon.
Of course.
So we used to work there, and like their logo is like an inverted B. I took inspiration from the inverted thing.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
an
It
inverted B.
is.
So I took
Shit.
inspiration from the logo there, right? And also like sidetrack. So when I was graduating, one of my friends called Rafid Jim, right? He was like, "Ki bro, tumi to dekhi dot birth logo copy kurla," right?
Shit.
And I was like, "What do you mean?" Then I searched up dot bird's logo, and it's like a dot B, right? Then I was like, "Damn, it's the same as my logo, right?" So going back to like what I was saying, like the logo for Refresh came in as like something. I love minimalism, right? That's my aesthetic entirely. I don't want to go for like a lot of flashy things. It's like clean, minimalistic aesthetic. You don't want like way too much going on, right? Fluff kills everything. So that was kind of my aim behind like creating a logo that's kind of iconic now. Like a lot of people do recognize it. Like we're not, by all means, we're not like fully famous yet, right? But
Not
I think a lot of people still recognize Refresh's logo, right? Pretty well. So yeah, that's how the logo was formed. The colors, green and everything. Whole lot of story behind that. I don't want to disclose that right now. But here's the thing that we realize very soon, right? I think the logos, the websites, the colors, like it's just a part of how a business functions, right? We
It's a
were
small
like
part. It's a really
very
small
small part. Trust me, nobody like will buy you just because your logo is nice. I've seen like very shitty logos getting a lot of business, right? For example, like Dutch number Modhu Bhai card everything, right? That works. It's like written in like Calibri, what do you like Bangladeshi variation of Calibri, right? It's there with like yellow background. People still buy that for some reason. We figured that the importance of having a system, and we learned to think in systems, and that's where things like really took off.
I mean, if we are talking about systems,
yeah,
we have to talk about BMA.
Yeah, of course, VMA.
We really have to
Brandmaster
talk about
Academy, yeah, right.
Brandmaster Academy. You have to have a system came up in our mind.
Right. So I had a client named Stephen, amazing guy. He was like strict at times, right? Super strict.
It has so many stories. Like with Brandmaster comes up my stories of having to struggle with an article for 1 week for one article. Everything.
And you hated reading, and oh my god, we need like episode 00 for this. Like we need 2 zeros.
So many stuff.
Damn.
You know what? Go ahead.
Right. So I started working with Stephen, right? And he gave me especially like a free reins to like take control of everything, right? And I did. And then I figured whatever I learned in my world of writing, right? It was wrong. Everything was wrong.
Exactly.
Nothing made sense to me. But then he taught me something like using ChatGPT when it came out, right? Using that to create a system, like an engine, right?
3.5.
Oh god. I started using it in like ChatGPT beta, right? That's what we had. Not for Stephen, but that's what I had. That's what I used to write articles for like this other client's history cooperative with, right? So the systems, right? I learned to think in systems, like using AI to actually like make SOPs, to make protocols. Like so it's very easy to make money as a writer. You read articles and it's done. But if you wanna make a career out of it, if you wanna like invest into like writing as a whole and you wanna become like filthy rich with
Turn
writing
your passion into your
into a system. Turn your passion into a system. You can do it with everything. Trust me. You can do it with like anything in the world. Like name something.
porn. All right, fine. I don't know. Laptops.
It's either porn or the laptop. Like it's no in between, right? Anyways, you have a unhealthy addiction to like something that you should like really check out. You know, like
Right.
you said that multiple times already over the duration of this podcast. So if you should feel guilt, you have to
You
like
have
feel
to be specific of what I'm thinking. If you're
Right.
asking someone think, they will think the first thing they're addicted to, right? I mean, oh,
Oh my
no, shit.
Jesus. Anyways, so accountants, for example, boring, yeah, but like accountants do need numbers, right? Tables, so many like invoices, so much
Right.
to balance out, right? What if you make a chat GPT system? A lot of people did it already. I'm just thinking in like, like clouds right now. So what if they made a system to support their work? And like that system consists of like a bunch of prompts that give you exact like balances, right?
Right,
Like that. I don't know. I dropped out in accounting. I don't know shit about that, right?
I never took
But
it.
yeah, you took it?
Never took it. I failed. I was like,
Yeah.
not my thing.
No wonder you're not accountable for a lot of things.
Hey, a lot of people aren't accountable for a lot of things. You aren't perfect, right, guys? No one's got.
Yeah, no one's got it. I agree with that. So yeah, my point is like there's a lot of prompts, lot of like systems that you gotta put in place, and you gotta learn to systemize your writing so you can
course.
replicate your voice multiple times, right? And that's what worked for me. That's what worked for you as well, right? Systems. Learn to think in
Exactly.
systems. Change the way we work in Refresh, and we still made the mistake of choosing the wrong niche, right?
Yep,
We did.
we did. The thing is, there's a special meaning behind this whole
Yeah.
inside joke. It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
So we thought that we could do everything, right?
Right.
SEO, branding, graphic designing,
Yeah.
articles,
With a one size fits all business, doing
everything.
everything. Yeah.
We promised that we won't be that guy,
Yeah.
like the one size fit all everything agency, but we did end up becoming.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say we didn't realize it. It was in the front of our head,
Yeah.
but we just didn't see it coming. We would dig our own grave that we said we'll never dig,
Right.
and we dug.
Yeah, I think I want to circle back to what you told me, right? Before we came into like Refresh together. I want to circle back to that. When we started the business for Refresh, right? You told me that, Rafid, you are a copywriter before a businessman.
Exactly.
Right? And I wish I really listened to that. I really wish I heard
Right.
that, right? But because like when you're doing business, it's very easy to get distracted by money,
course.
right? You want to do everything at once. You want to be everywhere. You want to be like, you want to earn money from every possible channel that you have in front of you, right?
Of course.
It's very easy to do that, trust me.
Yeah, it is.
But then you realize what you're really best at. We are copywriters. We're not like businessmen in the traditional sense. We're not. We are copywriters. We write stuff and we are good at that.
Yep.
We're not good at SEO. We're not good at like graphics, right?
Nope.
Even though we do like dabble in graphics sometimes, right? We try, but we're not professionals, yeah? So we are copywriters before we're businessmen. And so we realized that it's time to pivot into what we do best. And that's like we had zero revenue, right? For like 6-7 months of Refresh.
More than that.
7 months of Refresh. Like we had no money
Terrible
coming in,
timing.
right? Nothing. But like
That Christmas was horrible for
it
us.
was,
Crazy days.
yeah.
I mean, we both went through shit.
Yeah, we did it. Still do, but better shit than before. So yeah, now's the time when we're like finally realizing that like choosing a niche is the most fundamental part of your business. Like everybody talks about it, right? It's like you have to choose a niche. First step, you're doing a
You know
business.
what? I always hated those posts or
Hustlers, yeah.
like if you're telling me always pick a niche, be careful of your niche. All right, tell me how to pick a niche.
Yeah, right? How do you
No one's talking about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. Like
Right.
how to actually pick a niche. And what I think the best way to figure out a business is to actually start one.
Yeah. You'll figure it.
You will figure it out
Eventually you'll do it.
You
Yeah.
will. That's what we did.
Without burning money, right? Like even if you have to burn money, do it. But I think we didn't lose money like for Refresh, right? We never like burnt money in that
We
sense.
did.
Like for what?
A lot of other
Did we?
facts
We didn't
out
make
there.
any like hires or anything like.
Not in the hiring
Yeah.
sense, but for this wall.
Oh no, this is like right now. Like this is like for the office,
Oh,
right?
right now.
I'm talking about like burning money for refresh when our niche was SEO.
No, we didn't go
Like
for
for SEO,
unnecessary
yeah,
hires and
yeah.
everything.
We didn't go for unnecessary hires or like we didn't like
buy
put
a
money.
compressor. Nothing.
Right, yeah, we didn't do that. What I'm trying to say is like picking the niche. How do you do it, right? I was like, I'll always circle back to what you told me. If you're a
Right.
copywriter, be a copywriter first and then
Exactly,
a businessman.
then a businessman,
If
right.
you're a cricketer, be a cricketer first, then a businessman, right?
Right,
Don't
of
get into
course.
politics
Exactly, of course.
as a cricketer.
Hey, we'll talk about it.
Just saying, if you ever want to become a cricketer and become a politician.
I did dream of becoming a cricketer.
Yeah,
So
because you love playing with balls and everything. Like, gonna hit a six with that.
niche, how do you do it? And as Rafid said, I said to him that start with what you're good at, right?
Yeah.
If you are a video editor, start with that.
Yeah.
You don't have to think broad. Just edit the videos. Meet the day's end, meet the end of the month. That's it. If you are making 5K as a video editor, $5K as a video editor, you're doing great.
Yeah. You're doing more than what other people
exactly.
do.
You're doing a lot.
Editors do, right?
You're doing a lot. So then you can actually think about scaling, hiring someone else. But with hiring, you also lose something what you're gaining initially, right? That 5K is cut into two. Let's say you're giving 1.5K to that video editor, right?
Right.
I don't know about the whole scene of video editing. Maybe Zara might know it, but I think that's the basic module of it, right?
Yes.
You have to give a cut.
Yeah. I mean, normally, yeah, you would.
Obviously, you have to give a cut. I mean, you cannot scam someone, right? You
Yeah, of
can,
course.
but
I mean, you can.
you can, but
Yeah.
you don't, right? That's
Right.
unethical.
Look at you, being a
What do you mean? Look at me.
good example.
We pay our employees. We do.
Yeah, we do actually.
Yeah,
we
do.
started paying out
Yeah,
very.
we
Yeah,
do.
we did. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, we do. We do pay out. Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Hey, Zara, you're getting paid, right?
Yeah, you're
Come
getting
on.
paid right now.
Come on,
For
come on.
Jesus.
Right. We're getting off track. The point is, all right, this will be a important part. How to pick a niche. First, it's very simple. Think what you're good at first. If you're a copywriter, think of copywriting. That's your first thing. And then you decide that this can be my niche, right? Then you actually dive deep like we did, ghostwriting for LinkedIn. That's our super hyper specific niche. That's how we chose the niche. That's what we're good at. And currently ghostwriting for LinkedIn CEOs and leaders and etc. are currently on the Steam. So we decided to go on that. And if you're a video reader, go for that. Then think about what actually a niche is. Honestly, you sometimes don't see what's close in front of you, right? I think Kanye West's mother, Donda West, said it perfectly that when a giant stands in front of a mirror, it often doesn't see itself.
Right.
So the mirror in front of you is what you're good at, and sometimes we don't see what's in front of us most of the time. So look what's in front of you. Look what you're good at. Go with it. That's your niche.
Right.
That's what I think.
Right. And also, like, one of the main parts of like choosing a niche, right? You do what you're good at, but you also have to find a problem that's worth solving, right?
Exactly.
Then again, like I might sound like a lot of other people as well. Like that's what they say. Like find a problem like worth solving, right? So problems, trust me. There's nobody in the world who doesn't have a problem, right? Everybody's dealing with a problem. Everybody. But then you start to think about, okay, fine. Like if I solve this problem, there are other people like solving that problem too.
Exactly.
But here's the part where it all makes a difference, right? You have to know that like if other people are trying to solve that problem, it means that problem is in demand, right? It's in demand. There's a
Right.
demand for that problem to be solved. And now you gotta find out how you gotta like price your solution right? How you gotta price that right?
I
And
think
it's
pricing is the least thing you should worry about,
Yeah,
honestly.
at the same time, like think about like the consumer, right? The consumer is like they want to like buy a product that costs less than the other people.
Of course.
Then you think about the quality with which you can match that price, right? What quality can you offer and how can you do it better than everybody else, right? Unfortunately, it's gonna sound harsh, but there's no other better way to do this than just get in the ass, right? Just
That's
there's
what it
nothing
is.
else to do. Like
Right.
you gotta like fall down, you gotta get crushed, you gotta get liquidified, molten, you gotta get stretched apart in a lot of ways for you to finally realize that, damn, like this is what business is about, right? I dealt with anxiety, doubts, just crippling anxiety. When I say anxiety, I mean like crippling anxiety on like what I should do. Both of us, right? The walls were closing in on us, right? We were like back, we were like doubting, like
right?
what are we doing, right? What are we doing? Like,
Doubts,
is this worth
questions,
it?
everything,
Our
right?
families, like especially your family, right? Like you got that pressure like caved in from everybody else,
Of course.
everywhere, from every angle. When that part comes, like figuring out part comes, like in your niche. You gotta learn. You gotta become better than everybody else, like who's trying to compete with you. And unfortunately, that's the reality of business, right? You gotta learn. You gotta learn it the hard way. Investors, hiring the wrong people, God, miscommunication, God,
Everything.
anxiety, God. But you know what? If I had to go back, I would obviously not change any of it, right?
I wouldn't change anything at all.
I wouldn't change anything at
honestly,
all.
nothing.
In fact, we're not even that big yet, but we still know that the fact that like listen to your elders, right? They do know, they have that experience, right? They've been trying to tell us about it for a long time, right?
All right, I will actually add something on that.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, listen to your elders, but honestly, also something that doesn't go with the whole Bangladeshi tradition and stuff. I don't want to listen to someone who isn't walking the same path as me. I don't want to listen to him or her. I mean, the reason why I listen to you more than what my mom or dad says is because you're doing what I want to do. They never thought about what I was doing, what I'm doing. They're not, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying your mom and dad is bad. I'm saying, what I'm saying is they just don't have the taste of the food that you want to eat.
Right.
You ate the food.
Yeah.
You know how it tastes. So I must ask you, like, how is the food? Did you like it? I'm not gonna ask someone else. Like, did you eat the food? Like, they're gonna, what food? They don't even know about it. Right. So I'll ask someone who saw the food, ate the food, shat out the food, and knows how it tastes.
Right. Not the flavor of the shit, but the food, right?
I mean, you eventually shit out, right?
Yeah, I know, but you don't taste the shit. You taste the shit. No, you don't. Right.
Who does?
Exactly. That's my point.
Right.
Anyways.
That's the whole thing. Honestly, if I had to say how everything began, ask. Just
Definitely.
ask. You never know that your dad did a business when he was 20 years old and he failed at it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
You never know. Like how what are the chances our dads opened up?
Yeah.
Randomly on a Friday night lunchtime, right?
Yeah.
They don't. So you have to ask them, like, Dad, I'm doing something like this. Do you know something who did something, or do you have any connections? Stuff like, just ask. You never know what might happen.
Yeah, the perspectives of like people who have passed your age, even if they didn't do business, right? They passed your age. They know what you're dealing with. Like they know the anxiety that you're dealing with, right?
Right.
They know they were there, right? At this age, older people did that. So having that perspective really helps. Yeah, I agree.
Right. So you don't have to listen everything what they say, but do keep in mind you can always take notes.
Yeah.
Right. Keep that in the back of your head and actually think. Keep track of everything what you're asking, hearing, and stuff like that.
Right.
And yes, that's how you can actually start.
Start to like form the thoughts of a business, right? It's not that easy, like, or else you're gonna be out of business very soon, right? Speaking of going out of business, we were almost about to, at least I was about to almost consider it from my end, right? Like, damn, this is not working out or everything. You're gonna have a lot of moments like that, right? When you feel like it's not working out. But those are the moments where you as a man are defined. I'm not saying you as a man, like, I've seen like women, right, do much better business than any man that I've known,
OF.
right? Right? What?
OF?
That's the perspective you have of females in your mind. OF, that's it.
No.
That's the smart with which we are cooked.
Yeah, we're cooked. Right. There's a meme, right? The first time meeting a boy is the podcast jail meme.
We're not even going towards that. Point I'm trying to make is like Leila Hormozi, right? Oh my god,
Yeah,
smart
insane.
woman,
She's
right?
insane.
Like she knows how to run a business efficiently. So gender, like it's not a part of business, right? What you do and the way that you deal with the problems that come, right? Business is not about like riding the wave and earning money. It's about going to the depths of hell, getting burnt on the skin, getting burnt to death,
Right.
coming back from death,
Right.
punching walls, breaking guitars, by the way, doing that, all of that, getting angry with your parents. It's all natural, part of the process, right? Especially as the young people like us, like in
Right.
their 20s, right? Like we have
Don't
to go
punch
through all of
walls.
that. Don't punch things,
punch
yes, just
walls,
don't.
please.
And yeah, like just make sure that like you don't like doubt yourself, confuse yourself with the fact
Of
that oh
course
my
you
god, like
doubt
there's so
yourself.
much going on, right? Is it meant to happen? Yes, it's meant to happen. It's business. That's how
It is
business
what it
happens,
is.
ultimately.
You will doubt. You will have crippling anxiety. You will
Yeah.
have those nights where you're
Yeah.
saying, "Shit, I don't want to do this anymore." I don't,
Yeah.
Like, forget. It's all gone.
Yeah,
It's
we
all
still
over.
have those. Like we still go through that like
Every day,
two-
every
two
single
nights,
night.
yeah.
Just don't stop.
Right. Doesn't stop.
Just don't
He used to
stop.
keep going. Just don't
Keep
stop.
going.
And yeah, speaking of which, this office, right? It was a dream a couple of months back. This podcast was a dream a couple of months back.
It was a dream.
Right?
Exactly.
People in our closest circle know how much we wanted this, right? This podcast of our
right.
own. And when we are here. We are here in our podcast, episode 0, like completely unhinged, and we're talking about like all the struggles that we had. This was a dream. The office was a dream. Like I've got a katana right there. We've got two katanas. A dream, by the way. There's figuring of like Mihawk and Zoro right here.
I can show them here.
Insane stuff. Yeah. You know what?
insane.
Yeah, I'll try to show. No, no. That's a fake Zoro, by the way. We cannot show that.
Hey. Fakes are real if it's real, whatever the saying is.
So yeah, we were sitting in our office. We never thought we could make it here, but here we are. I hope and I believe that we're gonna be able to turn this small room into like a building, right? One day, right?
Hopefully, amen to
And I'm not talking about just offices. I'm talking about everything in life. Yeah. So a little context about that. When I wanted to invest in the office, the first, like obviously you would go for like the electricity bills, the logos, like all the showpieces, microphones, like important stuff, right? That you need to run an office with, right? Chairs, tables, right? Before all of that, the first thing that this guy wanted, this guy right here sitting in front of me, is an assistant. You want to describe the assistant, like how you envision the assistant to be? Like you want to put women in a position of submission?
You want us to get banned in the first podcast?
No, I don't. Like you're gonna get banned, not me.
All right, I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So you guys know about Suits, right? Of course, the Netflix series
right.
Suits,
Yeah.
right? There's this famous duo called Harvey and Donna Paulson. So hey, I'm just a Suits fan, and I think myself as Harvey, and I deserve a Donna in my Harvey, right? Come on, guys, we all need a Donna in our Harvey.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Come on. I mean, for Batman, you need a Robin. For Superman, you need Wonder Woman.
No, I forgot the name of the girl Clark Kent is in love with.
Oh, right, the reporter.
The reporter. Annie? No, what's her name?
Wait.
Yeah. Girl Superman is banging.
Oh, what?
Lois Lane.
Lois Lane.
Lois.
So for
That's Family Guy, but
right, yeah. So for every Lois, you need a Superman. For every Donna, you need a Harvey.
You're not Superman. Please don't. Don't.
Right.
I want to talk about the investor thing that we had, the investor story that we had, right?
Moral of the story: you don't always need an investor in your business.
Yeah, you don't need an investor.
You can bootstrap this whole thing.
We're gonna talk about this more with Ashwin in the next episode we're gonna have, right?
Right.
Investor situation that we had. The lesson is don't go for an investor in your business. Don't take a third opinion into your business, right?
If you're thinking about an investor, just make sure you have an office, you have employees, you're running full time, you have a business lawyer.
You're profitable, not profitable. Like you have a sense of profitability.
You're over your break-even point.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah.
And please, when you're in that position, have a business lawyer, then go for an investor.
Yeah.
Because the investor is not a good. I mean, if no one's good or bad, but the primary goal they have is to make money out of you.
Yeah.
They're giving you money,
Yeah.
so they have a leverage over you.
And if you're a startup, bad idea. Don't. It's better to like lose your own money than somebody else's money.
I mean,
Trust me on
it's
that.
better to take a loan, right?
Yeah, better take a
Just
loan
take a
from
loan.
a bank. But even then, the bank will try to like
Right.
a lot of like situations there. But ultimately, if you want to make money, do what you do best. Choose a niche and just do that multiple times and keep on going.
You know,
right?
I'll tell them what I did.
Yeah.
What I did personally. What I am still doing, right? Coming from me, the one who hates a 9 to 5, I'm telling you, first do a 9 to 5, right? Earn shit ton of money. And for you, shit ton of money can define differently from me. We all have different perspectives. But what I'm saying is earn shit ton of money. Just save it. Store that money. When you feel like you can invest that 5 lakh in your business, in your own dream, and still not be poor or still not think about having food in your fridge. Don't quit your job. Like I see a lot of different videos. People are quitting their job just the moment they have their dream tasted.
Yeah.
So don't quit it.
Yeah.
Stay there. Stick to it. Stick for the next 1-2 years.
Definitely.
Because a job is very safe.
Yes.
I'm saying it. Yes.
It is a safe option.
What we are doing is very unsafe. We don't know the moment we're gonna be.
Yeah.
just
We're
like
gonna
that,
fall
shut
down, scratch down.
We don't know. We don't know that. We're prepared for it, but you might not be. Right? Your family might not be. Don't drag your family in your dreams, scary dreams, right? They're not ready for it. They don't know it. They don't understand it. But what I'm saying is, stay in your job. Keep the money flow coming in. You can always invest back in, right? Doesn't matter what kind of business it is, SEO or clothing or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Keep in the job, save up money, and also plan for your business. Right? Just keep it as a sidetrack.
Right.
Primary job, secondary your business. Don't make it otherwise. That's what I would do and what I did and what I was doing.
In the beginning, right? So once you start getting enough like consistent income from your job,
Right.
invest that money into your business step by step, right? Don't go
Right.
like all like just don't go
No,
all
no.
in. It might seem appealing, but don't do that, right? start with a job, build up the capital that you have, then slowly invest it back in, right? Even then, first step is learn a skill. You need a skill. Everybody needs
Of
a skill,
course.
right? Learn a skill, get better at it, choose the niche, start the business, do the job, invest the money into the business step by step, and then make it complement each other, right? Don't get like sucked too much into doing a job. Do it step by step. Make it
Step in
complement
30.
each other, right? Then one day you're gonna see your business just growing exponentially. It just like goes up, just like
Right.
that, right? That's the day you realize, damn, I should not do a job anymore, probably, right? And
right.
then you
Then
go
you can
full
quit.
time, and then you start doing business full time, right? So if you're having a hard time managing your capital, that's what I would suggest, right? Like, and like there are times when you're like afraid to ask for money, justified. But if you're asking for money, take it from your nearest family members, like your nearest family members, right?
Mom, dad.
Brothers, sisters. But if you're if
I
only if you
always
have,
say brothers also.
I
I
mean,
say
if you
mom
have a
and
good
dad.
brother, I think it makes sense. But like, if you don't have a good brother, they're gonna come for your land in 70 years. So what I'm trying to say is like, if you have a problem with capital, do what we just like pitched, right? And also like try to save up. That's what Baba told me, right? A couple days back, the both of us about
Right.
like
Yeah,
saving up in
absolutely.
your 20s is very important. So saving up, save as much as you can, and then invest, right?
Save it up.
Definitely. And then one day it's all gonna be worth it. Suddenly. One day like all the pains that you had, all the worries, all the thoughts in your mind that you had, it's gonna be worth it. That's gonna be the day you're gonna be like, hey, I wish nothing changed, right? That's what I am doing right now as well. Like
Right.
if I had to change something, I wouldn't. But
Same.
if I had to change the future, I would change the way I'm doing things right now, right? That's what I would do. So it's all about taking the right steps and doing the right thing over and over and over and over again, right? That's it. It's boring. It's tedious. It's hell. But that's all there is
That's
to
the
it.
fun of it.
Yeah, consistency. Ultimately, you gotta fall in love with what you do. So
You have
don't
to.
choose a wrong like niche or a wrong skill to learn. Ultimately, that's what works, and that's what we're trying to do. Ghostwriting,
I mean,
right?
if you're not loving what you're doing, then what's the point of
What's the
doing
point of doing it, right?
it, right?
Right.
I love what I do with Refresh. I love what I do with my life,
Of
and
course.
I don't know the next moment what will happen. I love that. I love the thrill. We had this talk, right? You love predictability.
Yeah.
I love unpredictability.
Likewise.
That's
Yeah, we are both opposites, right?
Exactly.
In every way possible, right? We like I'm a very materialistic person. You're not, right?
Right.
I love chasing money. Like honestly, I'm a money-driven person. I like earning money. You're not, right? You like getting things done to get money, right? See, we both are like we both complement each other. So that's it. Like ultimately, it all comes down to the fact that we need to like do things that we hate, take it on, just don't get too comfy. All the basic stuff that other people tell you, and it works, right? It will work ultimately. So yeah, and that's what led us to ghostwriting in the first place.
Right.
We changed our niche, we changed our focus. Don't be afraid
Right.
to like take a wrong step, right? I think that's one of the main
Yeah.
things we talked about. Like if nothing's working out, don't be afraid to like just go the other way, right?
Right.
It's open for you. Nothing's like stopping that. So we chose ghostwriting as a niche, and we specifically on LinkedIn. That's what we're gonna do for a lot of people, a lot of founders, a lot of opportunities there. And yeah, just we have a system in place and everything on how we do it, and that's what we're gonna approach for the next few months, right? So we're hopeful that it's gonna work out. But even if it doesn't, we'll take a detour. That's how things work, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's a lot that we missed, right? Talking about a lot of things.
Missed a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Missed a lot of stuff.
we need like an episode 0 uncut version, but I don't think
There will be
you have to pay him more.
right. Dang it.
Payments,
Ah,
God,
payment.
salaries.
Oh,
I'm a
God
Bangladeshi
dang it.
founder.
Why can't we
Jesus.
scam people?
Why
God
do we
dang it.
gotta do that? We're Bangladeshi people.
Anyways,
Founders.
no, we do pay our. We're saying it again and again. We do pay.
Yeah, join us. Just kidding, don't. We'll send out hiring posts if we need.
So AI, right? If I had to ask you in a single question and you have to answer in a single answer in a single line, what is AI to refresh? What is AI to us, you, and refresh?
Everything. It's
Everything.
easy, simple as that. AI is the backbone of us, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think before we like try to go into the ending, I would like to like touch this as well, right? AI, right? We're probably gonna talk about this more as in the future episodes as we go on. But what I really want to talk about is like AI. It's everything to us. It's the backbone.
Right, it is.
It defines what we do. It defines like the trajectory that we're taking in refresh. One thing I want to say, it's not gonna replace you. It's not
Nope.
gonna, but it's gonna replace you if you like think like a zombie, right? If you follow
It will.
mindlessly follow instructions. AI to refresh is everything. AI is we integrated like crazy in everything. We have a SOP, we have a protocol, the way we write LinkedIn
Right.
posts, the way we approach it, the way we ideate content, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all necessary in refresh, right? We use it on a daily basis for our ideations, for how we want to like chart things out, visualize things. We do that. We use ChatGPT, we use Cloud, we use everything, the whole deal, right? We did a couple of workshops and webinars on that as well, right?
Right.
It's about
You'll
how
find that in our YouTube.
right. We're gonna post a link there. So AI is the north star for what we do at Refresh, and people should be AI native because Bangladesh is already behind in education. I saw like a post the other day how Bangladesh was like 40 years behind education, right? Behind the rest of the world. So this is our chance. AI is our chance to like catch up, right? We gotta become AI native. Like we gotta become who people that are like comfortable with using AI. It's gotta become a part of our daily lives in every way, right? But what I'm saying is like, don't use it to replace conversations, right? Don't use it to
Yeah,
replace
yeah.
like making genuine connections with people. Don't use it in your like messenger chats,
Right,
right?
right.
Come
I
on,
don't,
like
know. I don't know if anyone does that, but
a lot of people do. Trust me, a lot of people do. I've seen. I saw a post the other day, like
no joke.
no joke. I saw a post. I'll send the post over. I'll see if I can find it. One girl broke up with a guy, and the guy was using hyphens and it's like message like, "Darling, forgive me." Hyphen. It's my fault. Love emoji. Right? Who does that? Like, who does who uses hyphens in their messenger chat? Come on, it's
I mean,
2025.
if you're talking about AI and texts or DMs or comments, I would say LinkedIn comments, right?
Right.
That's the first thing that I can think about.
LinkedIn is a hellhole.
It is.
Echo
it is.
chamber. If
It's there. There's still a lot of potential that people not realize about
Yeah.
it, right? But what I'm saying is, if you're talking about the whole AI being used in DMs and comments and stuff like that, I can think about LinkedIn.
yeah.
Because on LinkedIn, people actually don't really waste time thinking about the comments. All they do is post a screenshot or copy the caption from the LinkedIn post
Right.
and maybe tell GPT that to think something out of it and make a comment. Right. That's
Yeah.
how they actually do it.
Of course.
Make a comment for this post. How I can comment on this post and stuff like that. I didn't do it, but that's how I would do it, and that's what people are commenting. Right.
Right.
I see hyphens. I see basic ChatGPT way of talking, fluffs and stuff like that, and I'm wondering, are you even serious about what you're doing?
Right.
Right. If you're there to actually connect, why not connect? Right.
Yeah, why not do it like right? Why not do it genuinely?
Right. If you're wasting so many time on writing a prompt and copy pasting it from GPT to your LinkedIn, why not just post good? That's it.
Yeah.
Just write the automated comments,
Yeah,
right?
just use
Sounds
the preset
great.
comments,
Sounds
right?
good.
Yeah,
Do that.
Just like use it like in moderation for creating opportunities rather than like replacing
Right.
tasks entirely, and it's gonna reward you, right? Like I don't use AI in my like Facebook posts, right? I don't do that.
I don't either.
I read that naturally. Like it's still me, right?
I
I do
do-
use AI in scaling.
That was on sync. That
You're
was so on sync.
Jesus, we're meant for each other. My girl is gonna be mad.
Oh. What we were saying is I do use AI for my LinkedIn for my everyday use because I'm very good at English, right? You can vouch
Of course,
for that.
yeah, very good at English.
So
He's the
sometimes,
best.
sometimes listen. When Picasso was doing his
Oh my god, you're comparing yourself to Picasso.
listen.
Oh my, alright, I'm
Listen.
Shemanto. Alright, Picasso, right? Picasso.
Listen.
That's the start that I wanna go
I
for.
miss the old
I'm
Kanye.
Picasso, right?
I miss the old Kanye. I'm a huge Kanye fan. All right. So listen.
Sure.
Think about it.
Bad day for Swifties out there who like tall guys.
I hate Swifties. So don't date Swifties. Don't date Swifties. Please don't date Swifties. Whew. Anyways, so even Picasso had to correct his arts, right? He was artist, right? Maybe or pianist or a singer. I can search it.
Right.
Picasso. Picasso was a Spanish artist known for co-founding Cubism. Right, he was an artist. So even Picasso had to recheck his arts, right? Obviously, right? So to check my spellings and my grammars, I do use GPT for that.
It's grammar, singular. Or grammar
No shame
is-
in that, guys. Come on. Listen, I want myself to be relatable, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
You're right. I don't want to be a grammar Nazi. I don't.
Nah, don't be.
I mean, I have got imperfections in the way I speak
Of
as
course.
well. So I'm not.
You make spelling mistakes too.
Yeah,
Accept it,
no, I
buddy.
don't do that. I don't make spelling
Hey,
mistakes.
accept it, buddy. I have to screenshots.
Anyways,
I can show that. I can show
Anyways,
that.
we have neared the end of our episode 0. It's my laptop is running out of charge.
Mine
Unfortunately.
will run out of soon.
Yeah. So
It's at 9%.
yeah, like we're founders who can invest in like good laptops, right? So we'll do that very soon. We'll have like we could go on for hours
Maybe,
and hours.
maybe.
Yeah. So you wanna add something before we wrap up episode 0 of the context?
Of course. If I had to give one advice, yes, coming from me, the person who I am, listen. One, always listen and know when to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
2, never be shy from asking, right? Always ask. You never know what you're getting out of it. That's how my life is bricked up. right? Of course, I thank everything to God for that. But as a human, I also have my responsibilities, right, from my end.
Of course.
So always listen and know when to shut up. Two, always ask. Never be shy from asking. Always ask.
You're
You
right.
can ask us. You can ask anyone. You can ask everyone, right?
Right.
Don't be the guy like, hey, can I have $1?
Mm.
You know, like if 10 people gives me $1, I have $10 in my pocket, right? Don't be that guy. Don't. And of course, third, don't take free money.
Yeah, handouts. Very bad.
Handouts are everywhere in this. They're giving what not, right? The influencers of the West, and they're spreading out money like it's water.
Paper. Oh,
Like it's paper.
water, yeah.
I personally hate handouts. I wouldn't say don't take handouts, right?
So handouts, very bad. Skills, lessons, copywriting, refresh, upcoming guests, coming soon. All that being said, we didn't answer the one question that we promised to like answer, right?
What?
What's the context?
What's the context?
It's our podcast. Yay!
Whoa!
Let's go. Like it's our
Yes.
content wing. We're gonna be posting a lot of stuff here. Instagram handles, usernames, everything here. We'll provide that. That's it. We're done.
I think we're done. Check out the caption.
Check out the caption. if you want more stuff, check out the caption.
Check out the caption. Or check out a link.
See you there.
Like stay there.
Done.
We're done.
We're done.
Ay, ay, ay.
I don't get it.